So we finally did it. One win in six, back to fourth, 2 points ahead of Man City. And this game, this win was very important. It was much needed. But I don't think this really strikes any confidence in me, honestly, going forward. Because for Chalobah to go on loan, come back and be our best defender for the most part is shocking. And honestly, I don't even rate Chalobah like that. I think he's an okay player. I think he's a very, you know what? Let me not even say okay. I think he's a good player, but I think we could definitely have better. I think Chalobah is a good player. I think he gives you maybe like a 6.8 on a regular, maybe a solid seven some good times. And like performances like today gives you like a 9 out of 10. But for the most part, I think the level isn't as high as I would want it. But that's even scarier because he's better than what we had today. You couldn't really trust Desasi to come into this team and make a difference. Cole was not available. A Champong has been put to the bench. And Selmino is back and he's not even making any of this, these match days. So it's kind of like, bro, what are we doing? And the fact that we have no midfielders, you know, on the bench, Enzo's injured, Lavia is always injured, and we're still not recalling anybody back. It's criminal. Bring Leslie back, bring Santos back, because if we don't against Man City, Dewsbury Hall and Caicedo ain't gonna cut it. Man City have peaked at the right time. They're making signings. Some of these guys might play in the next game or may not, but they're playing at home, and that should be enough confidence for them to know that if they beat us, they go back above, us in the table. And I think up until this weekend, whenever that game is, this is when, like, you've really done some great work, but then you're trying to undo everything by being linked to scrubs like Garnacho and Vlahovic, and it just doesn't make any sense. Bring Santos back, bring Leslie back, and we should be okay. Stop signing young players like Sard from Strasbourg, and it's just I'm not understanding this, bro. Not too long ago, we really could have been second behind Liverpool. If we won, we could have been a point behind them. Now we're 10 behind Arsenal and Forest. And it's like, we ain't got no midfielders, bro. Our forwards ain't really scoring. We're relying on defenders, Tosin, Cucurella, to be getting his goals in crucial moments. And by the way, I don't have a problem with defenders scoring. If my defenders are going to score in 10 games and I win all of them, I don't care. I genuinely don't care who scores the goals, but it's scary to realize that if Palmer's not putting up numbers, Jackson isn't putting up numbers, that's it. That's the scary part. You want to be able to have your team being able to fire on all cylinders, and it's kind of scary. Sanchez, I want this guy gone. Like, yes, you've won in some games, but my God, this guy is awful. You see people ask if Onana is probably the worst goalkeeper in the league, but Sanchez gives him some serious competition for that position, because this guy, I don't even know how to describe it. But you look at the team news today, Sanchez wasn't goal. Reece James, this guy just comes back from whatever injury he has and he just delivers. That's just what James does. He doesn't really need a couple of weeks. He doesn't need months. This guy just needs to be on the pitch. Might be rusty a few minutes, but he gets into it, and he's one of the best players on the pitch. And that's just the level. And that's why whenever people are like, sell James, will you sell James? It's like, nah, bro. Reece James is one of those guys you just don't sell. He's just good enough. He's like that guy. Chalobah today was the best player on the pitch. Just came back. And it's so shameless how he was shipped out, brought back, and he goes straight into the lineup ahead of Desasi, which, again, he is better than Desasi. But again, for me, that's not really saying much, But today he comes in and he's just brilliant. He's winning his tackles, he's winning his duels. Could have had a goal. Noni took that from him, but that's okay. Whoever scores the goals, as long as we win, we win. Cucurella, just fabulous player, gets the goal, gets around, gets stuck in. Caicedo, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Consistent, Mr. Available, whatever you want to say about this guy. He's finally starting to show levels that he had at Brighton, and I think he's actually elevated his game a bit more. The leadership that he shows for me, just putting his body on the line every single time, the tackling, the interceptions, money well spent, money well spent. Dewsbury Hall, he was Dewsbury Hall. I don't think he really did much. Got the assist, kept it pretty tidy sometimes, but we need better than that, you know. Noni, shit game. Neto, shit game. Palmer, inconsistent for me. Jackson tried, but Jackson needs to score, and we need competition for Nicholas Jackson. Like, Jackson, it could definitely get us top 4, but we need more. If we're trying to do better, if we're trying to go way ahead of like schedule and plan, you cannot just rely on Jackson and that's it. And Kunku's not a 9, Gu's not ready. We need some competition, but please don't bring scrubs like Vlahovic, Garnacho. Like, we don't need none of that shit. Just bring back Santos, bring back Leslie, and we have coverage for these guys. Like, we still have the Conference League coming up, we still have games, FA Cup. Like, bring these guys back. If not, sign replacements, bring loans. Douglas Luiz is right there. Bring him in for a loan. Like, I just don't understand how we have glaring issues in this team, and the directors are going, yeah, let me get some information on Garnacho. Like, bro, this shit doesn't even make any sense. It genuinely doesn't make any sense. We have no midfielders on the bench. Maresca just said he doesn't even know if Lavia or Enzo are going to be fit for City, and we're talking Garnacho. We're talking Vlahovic. Like, what are you taking it? What are you doing, bro? Like, you guys have been decent when it comes to the transfer window. You've brought us some serious gems. Your Palmers, you brought us the Sanchos, you brought us Neto, but it's like, bro, you got to do better than that. And I also think Maresca has to take some blame for this, because I don't think he's been very sharp the last couple of games. Yes, he has coached games where we should have won, where Jackson could have scored some goals, but maybe, bro, Jackson is missing. Bring somebody else in. Try Felix as a false 9. I don't know. And Kunku has shown he cannot play that role to the level that we want. Throw an actual striker over there. Play Felix as a false 9 and see what difference he can get you. But then also, Felix is so inconsistent. Like, he's not a great finisher. He would have decent movement, but he misses more chances than he scores. So maybe Felix also, up front ain't really what you want. But you need a shooter up there. Get somebody in and let's just try to really secure top 4, because being able to get top 4 this season is going to be very important for all these Jordan deals and just moving forward. But, bro, we need to do better. We got the win today, great, but I'm not even confident going into Man City. Like, it's just the last couple of weeks have just had me kind of just meh, because we're just not. We play well in the first half, and then we just don't turn up in the second half. So I'm actually glad that the game management today was a bit better. And our defenders turned up. Tosin turned up. Cucurella turned up. Chalobah turned up. Reece James turned up. And Sanchez just fucked it all up. But at the end, it didn't really cost us much because we got the 3 points. But, bro, this week is going to be very crucial. We need some reinforcements in our midfield. Like, how do we even have a player who cannot play 2 games in a row? Like, how are you off after just playing 45 minutes? Like, this is kind of just, it's not good. Like, we know the medical team so far have been okay, but like, how can you not get Lavia available? They've really done well with Neto for me, because we all know how Neto's injury record was with that Wolves. But I think they've been pretty okay with him. They've managed him well, but like Lavia, I just don't get. Chronically just unavailable. It's not good enough. Bring Leslie back. Bring Santos back. Go get me Douglas Luiz. Bring me somebody, just a short-term, fix for now, so we can finish the season strongly. But I'm just happy we took the win today. The team just they got it through. They saw it through, and that's really it. And we just got to be ready for City because they're not going to take it easy on us. Man City are going to come, and it's just going to be a long day. Playing Dewsbury Hall and Caicedo against Man City just doesn't fill me with confidence, man. It really doesn't. But guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.